welcome back to the channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be doing a book review. I try to keep those on Wednesdays. So if that's more what you're into, the books instead of the movies, television, and all of that other good stuff, yeah, definitely check in every Wednesday for a book review. So we're going to be talking about, well, the title of this book is titled Searching for Normal. And it is part of the Riverbend Friends series. As I told you all, like I'm gonna continue to stick this series out. So far so good, still attached to the characters, so I didn't really want to just put it aside and start reading something else. I decided to stick this thing through. And like I told y'all in the last video, I believe it's like 7 books. I think I'm like 95% sure that it's like 7 books. Whatever it is, I'm just here for it. All right, so this is gonna be just a little quick review. I try to keep the reviews, at least for books, pretty short, knowing that, yeah, I don't really want to spoil anything for you. But yes, like y'all know the friends, there were Tessa, it was Shay, Amelia, and what was the other girl? Izzy. Yes, so we have these 4 girls and they are friends. They're in high school right now, and the first book was narrated by Tessa. I told you all I just loved her. She was bold, she was confident, she went through her own little different things with her family dynamic that was transpiring in the first book. And also she's on the swim team, she's very athletic, she has a lot going on, just an overall just very active teen here. And so like I told y'all, this book follows Shay, who is the quietest of them all, who seemed like she just kind of popped up. She was very much so in the background in the first book, where we really didn't know anything about her except for the fact that she hated drama class. She was very shy and reserved, and she didn't really, she wasn't open at all. She really didn't, you didn't know much about her family or her whole dynamic of what was going on. So to start book 2, Searching for Normal, and seeing it narrated by her, and actually written by a total different author. Well, it says books by, well, yeah, okay. So yeah, CJ Darlington wrote this one, but the first one was written by Stephanie Coleman, which I thought that was very interesting, to have different authors writing the different perspectives from the different characters. I think that does add a very interesting dynamic to it, because we know that every character is different. So if it's written by the same author, you're probably gonna feel like a sense of the same style, a sense of, like, you may not know the difference except for the information that's what made the book different. Like, you know, Tessa is totally different from Shay, but since they're written by two different authors, like, it's gonna sound like it's 2 different characters, because every author is different in their writing style. And that's what I got. I noticed that the style is very different in this as opposed to the first book. Not that it's bad or better, it's just different, and I do appreciate it because it's a total different character here. And Shay, I have to say, with being inside of her head, it was fun, it was interesting to see that she is brand new to Riverbend. She does come from a total different family dynamic here. She has lost her parent. She was raised pretty much by a single father, so that was interesting just to see how she connects with people, and that does play a part in how she does connect with people by being raised mostly by a man for the majority of her life. And then we see that she's very, well, we saw from the first book too that she was very into horses, but this book we get to explore that more, to see, you know, just how far she is taking this thing with having a love for horses and having a love for animals in general. And we do get to see all kind of different things come up within her particular dynamic, her family dynamic, like the fact that she doesn't seem to believe that her grandparents actually do love her. We do see here in this book that she is adopted, which could play a part in why she may feel like she doesn't belong, or why she may feel like she's not worthy enough to be a part of anyone, or feel like anybody will ever really accept her or really ever love her for her, because she kind of feels like she doesn't really have any roots, in a sense. Yes, she was adopted by her dad, and she loves her dad, and she feels like that her dad is her dad, you know, but losing him, that really just played even more to it, the fact that she doesn't have any roots, in a sense, because she also lost her mom like well before her dad. So that is going on. So it's a lot of that we're just going through these little emotional loops here with her. I have to say, if I had to choose so far who is my favorite character with just the 2 books that I read so far, I'm gonna still be sticking to Tessa, because even like just being in somebody's head, I mean, can you imagine that, like what it would be like? I mean, Thank God we don't know each other's thoughts. I mean, thank goodness he has not given us that particular gift to know that, because can you imagine being inside somebody's head for hours and hours and hours and hearing their true feelings and their rants and all these different things. And I felt that more in this book with Shay, as opposed to Tessa. Yes, Tessa had a different things going on, but overall I believe she was a happy kid in a sense. She was happy-go-lucky, so it didn't feel like you were weighed down. It didn't feel like you were probably slipping into some state of depression. You know, you're not necessarily in a state of depression, of course, it's just a book, but it did seem like you were slipping down that path with the first book, because Tessa is ultimately a happy-go-lucky kid. Overall, she has a good outlook on life. But being in Shay's head, y'all, it was a task being in this girl head. The book is amazing. It is written amazing. The story is awesome. The characters are great. I love them all. But I'm just talking from a perspective of just being inside this character's head. I was getting so annoyed with her, because I'm just like, goodness, can you ever just believe that something good can happen to you? Can you believe that there could be somebody out there that really does truly care about you? I mean, I understand that, yes, at the end of the day, I have to say, okay, beloved, this is a teen girl here, so you have to grant her some grace in that aspect. But at the same time, I just feel like it just goes for any human being. It's only so much negativity you yourself can take. So I understood why her world kind of framed the thoughts that she was living in the majority of the time. She was living the majority of the time in negativity, and it's just not good. It just reminds me of like the world we're living in today in general, and it just makes you wonder about people, why some people just seem like it's just so hard for them to laugh. It's so hard for them to smile. It's so hard for them to believe that good, like somebody is truly being genuinely good, because they can't even relate to that. They spend the majority of the time in their head in such a negative place for whatever reason. I mean, it could be a number of reasons, but in Shay's case, we understand, since she's still technically a child, that it comes from, you know, her background. It comes from having lost so many different people that meant so much to her, and she just feels like she does not belong here. And I get that, but oh my goodness, y'all, child, I gotta tell you, look at this. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was like, it just really made me appreciate Tessa more. Like, girl, I'm so happy that Tessa is more inspirational, does have a better outlook on things. And I'm wondering what the next book, I'm assuming it can't only go up from here as far as being inside a character's mind. And I feel like this was the lowest that I was gonna get with Shay, because I felt like she was the most negative out of all of them. Out of all the girls, she was the one that was like literally the most like that, you know, like, can you ever have a good day, girl? Can you never have a good day? But anyways, yeah, so I look forward to getting to the next books, because I'm gonna be lifted back up. I'm gonna get back up. So I look forward to seeing what adventures we're gonna go on next in the Riverbend and Friends series here. Overall, it's such a beautiful book. It's so perfect for obviously young teens out there, teenagers still in high school and even middle school, and you're on your way to high school. But even if you are an adult and you're past all of that, it's still cool for us too, because it's still encouraging. It still have those messages that I believe so powerful that we all could use, and that is knowing that God loves us, knowing that he cares. That was sprinkled throughout this entire book, and it's usually always the home run message, like you're running to get the last base, you're playing softball and so on, and that is usually that home run for you, just knowing that he loves you, he's never going to leave or forsake you, and there's nothing you can do to make him love you any less or more. So that is really all I have to say about this book. Once again, it is titled Searching for Normal, available on Amazon and wherever books are sold. I feel so weird saying that. But yes, that's all I have for y'all for this video. Thank y'all so much for watching, and until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.